Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us again. This is our special guest, Damien Gibbs.
Hey, guys.
And you know Brenda, of course, my happy sidekick. Hope everyone survived the Snowmageddon storm that we had. And everyone has power and everyone's doing well.
I don't know. I think I might have caught something out there shoveling all that snow. I think I got Snowvid-19.
Oh my gosh, I like you already. This is going to be a fun one. This is why we call it the lighter side of stroke recovery and survival. Because we do like to laugh about things.
Yeah.
If we're gonna laugh at you, gonna know the episode number. We're gonna laugh at you for not knowing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Hey, a cheerful heart is the best medicine, I believe.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't have made it this far, 22 years. I can't believe I said 21 years. It's been 22.
22.
Yeah.
Since your aneurysm? My goodness.
Yeah.
Yep. If you don't mind me asking, when was your aneurysm?
So I did not have an aneurysm.
Oh, no?
So 6 years ago, before, what did you call it? COVID. I lived through COVID, but it was around the same time I had a, what do they call it, Trey? A cavernous malformation.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Which I have to admit, I spent 6 years not really looking at the why or what specifics of what happened. It was only recently when Tracy said, I think here in the States it's called AVM. So I then decided to ask Dr. Google, are cavernous malformation and AVM the same thing? And they're not.
They're not.
Okay.
They're not.
I never heard of it.
What is an AVM, by the way? I'm unclear what an AVM is.
AVM is an arterial venous malformation. You usually have the blood flowing from the arteries into the veins, but there's capillaries in between. So what happens is they say people are born with it, and it's like, it looks like a bundle of blood vessels in like a messy ball of yarn almost. And people don't usually they say they don't get any warning signs or anything like that. And some people have them from birth and nothing happens throughout their entire life. And then sometimes they can rupture, they can burst. So it all depends, just like a stroke. Everybody's different. And nobody really knows. So that's what it is. It's kind of like when I had my rupture, they tested me immediately to see if it was an AVM, because that's what they suspected. But I didn't have an AVM. It was 3 aneurysms that were kind of right together. Yeah. So that's what an AVM is. And what Brenda had, the cavernous malformation.
It's very similar. It's also a cluster, but the difference also is both of them are likely you have them from birth, but the difference with mine is that it's typically benign and it just leaks. It doesn't rupture. But because I'm rare and special, my rupture. So
You are.
you know, hey.
I love how you empowered yourself there.
Well, what choice do I have? What choice do I have? So, Damien, and I'm very sorry, both of you, the fire alarm is going off here.
Okay.
So, Damien, what we typically do is we start with a question of the day. And I think a couple of things that I'm thinking about. One is, when Tracy told me that you were coming on, I right away said, I want to learn more about him. So she showed me your face, because I'm not on TikTok. She showed me your Facebook profile. So we're Facebook friends, in case you didn't know.
No, I didn't know.
But now you know.
Thank you.
So the other thing about the question of the day, I realized it has to be a question. If you ask it, you have to be willing to answer it. So when I was looking through, I didn't go way back. I didn't do it. I didn't go into your, what do they call it when an artist has old hits, the deep tracks. I didn't go to your deep tracks.
You didn't go into the archive. You didn't go into his archives.
But the one that I just saw today, you were talking about finding your how, and I love that.
Yes.
So my question of the day for both of you and myself, I guess, is Damien, what is your how?
My how is my family. It was my most powerful source of fuel to keep going. My family was my how. I was stubborn and refused to be weak in front of them, especially my children. Even though my boys were grown men, I still wanted them to see what real strength looked like. My boys are 19 and 18. I have a 20-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, I wanted to show them that no matter what you're going through in life, I wanted to use my I don't want to say my circumstance. I wanted to use my circumstance as information for them to see how they can take control of a situation, even though they feel like they don't have it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Love that.
Beautiful.
So I showed up just like I was still the person before my aneurysm and my stroke. I tried to show up every day to let them see that, you know, I still have a lot of fight in me. I have a lot of life left in me, and that the best years are still ahead of us, and that we can continue making memories like nothing
Wow.
ever happened, you know?
Beautiful, beautiful.
So
That's
my
fantastic.
greatest how I got through everything was my children and my family.
That's fantastic. And you continue to by sharing your experiences on all your videos, which I love.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you really inspire so many people to just keep going. And yeah, you may have deficits and you may have issues with, so many things, but you got to keep going. Like
Gotta
with
keep
the
going.
with the snowstorm, you were crazy enough to go out in that freezing weather
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you did some shoveling. Did
Yeah.
that take a lot out of you physically? You must have been
It
exhausted.
actually did, and for the first time in, I would say, 7 months, I sweat. It did take a
Really?
lot out of me. Yeah, I slept like a baby last 2 nights.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's great.
yeah.
Now, do you have weaknesses? Now, first, let me go back. Can you describe when it happened and what happened?
I had a ruptured aneurysm when I was building bridges in Bradenton, Florida. I'm very fortunate that it ruptured when it ruptured, because if it ruptured on me early in the day, I was about 90 to 100 feet up in the air on the bridge beam,
Wow.
attaching a lifeline support system that everybody can hook their harnesses onto. So if they do fall, it'll catch them. And when I was installing this, I don't have anything to attach onto. So thankfully, my aneurysm ruptured while I was on lunch, sitting in my car.
Oh my God.
But when it happened, there was only one thing that seemed off. I felt my blood pressure in my forearms. I felt it increase. I could feel it coursing through my forearms. And then I heard it blow up behind the right side of my ear.
Really? What did it sound like?
It sounded like a water balloon hitting a wall.
Wow.
Wow, you're the first person
And
I met that.
it sounded like it was right behind my right ear, but it was actually in the center of my head here is where the aneurysm was. And
Whoa.
immediately, probably 2 seconds after I heard that, I felt the worst headache I've ever had,
Yeah, that's
ever,
typical. Yeah, that's what
ever.
everybody says.
And
Worst
even
headache
though
you like.
I was sitting in my car, my equilibrium was thrown off. That's what makes me feel thankful, because if it happened when I was up on the bridge beam, I would have fell off. I would definitely fell off.
Scary.
I had a hard time getting out of my car and just walking to my supervisor's truck for help,
Wow.
which was
And you
about
made it to
100
him.
feet. I made it to him. Yeah. And thankfully he took me serious, because in construction, if you go to somebody in construction and say, I have a headache, you know,
Yeah, they
they're
say
like,
go back to work.
yeah, get back to work. But he took my word for it, and he got me to the hospital within 15 minutes of my rupture.
Wow, that's
And
fantastic.
I didn't know the severity at the time. I just knew something was off. I just knew I heard something blow up in my head,
Yeah.
and then I felt this really bad headache, and my neck was really stiff to the point where
Yes. Yeah, I
felt like
remember
felt like
that.
a board, felt like a board.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they told me when I got there that I was very lucky to get there.
Yeah.
And, I don't know why I ask these questions. I asked why, and it just put fear in me. They're like, because people who have this, never make it to the hospital alive. My goodness. So that's at the point I freaked out, and I grabbed my phone out of my pocket and I started calling everybody that I knew. You know, they scared me to the point where I was ready to say my goodbyes. I was pretty much calling to say my goodbyes because I didn't know how it was going to turn out from what they were telling me.
That's scary.
Are
Let's do it. So
Okay.
let me ask you, how old were you when this happened?
I was 43 when this happened.
Okay. Okay. And how long ago was it?
March 22nd, 2024 was when my aneurysm ruptured. So it's been 2 years just about. Or it's when my aneurysm ruptured. And then May 21st is when I suffered the hemorrhagic stroke from the
Yeah,
operation.
that's what I don't understand. I want to hear more about that. So you had the rupture, and how did they stop the bleed?
They said it was a platinum emergency coil.
Okay. So they went in like me, you had a coiling.
Yeah, they went in through my leg artery in my thigh.
Yes. Yeah. So then they put the coils in. That's what they did for me. And
Uh-huh.
then you were at the hospital for how long?
I was at the hospital for 21 days in
Wow.
Florida. They released me, but they released me with a reference saying that I should get a stent put in to assist the coil.
Yes.
And because I was on my way back to Pennsylvania with my family to heal, they referred me to a neuro doctor in New York.
Really?
Yeah, and when I spoke with this doctor, he scheduled the operation for May 21st, 2024. So when I showed up, it's just like another day. I had the aneurysm, but I had no deficits. I had no cognitive disabilities. I could walk. I had all my fine motor functions. And most importantly, I had my skull.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I went in for the stent procedure, I woke up and I had a headache like I was having an aneurysm again.
Oof.
And when I told them this, they immediately started giving me pain killers, and they did this for 12 hours, and then I felt unresponsive. And then they found out that I was bleeding in my brain. I was bleeding.
And that was the stroke.
Yeah, I was bleeding in my brain. My wife has pictures of my brain swelled so much, my left eyeball started bulging out of my socket. And then that's when they went in to save my life. They removed my right side of my skull to relieve the pressure on my brain. And when I woke up, it was the most horrible feeling I can remember. I woke up and neither one of my legs worked. I couldn't move either one of my legs. And when I woke up, I felt uncomfortable and I just wanted to adjust myself in the bed. And that's when I realized my legs wouldn't move. And then at the same time, I realized my left arm wouldn't move either. So I started freaking out, and I tried to get out of the bed, and the nurses stopped me. And that's when they told me that I have to be careful because I'm missing the right side of my skull. So now I'm really freaking out.
Oh my
What
God.
happened to where's my skull? Now I'm
Right.
feeling for it. I'm feeling for it. Now I can feel my brain through my skin. I
Oh
can
my
feel
God.
the pressure. I could feel the pressure from my fingertips, but I couldn't actually feel it. But I could feel through my fingertips, I could feel my brain structure.
Oof.
Yeah.
That had to freak you out.
Yeah. Yeah. It was rough. It was rough. It was, just getting used to, like that was the new now.
Yeah.
Like, how long is it? All the stuff I thought of was, how long is this going to be? I hope this isn't my forever. How long does it take to recover from this?
Yeah.
And,
I'm sure you had so many questions.
yeah. But they got me in therapy before I left the hospital. I was there for about 25 days, and they got me in therapy. And to trigger my walking responses, they put me in this exosuit where they remote controlly moved my legs up and down the halls. It was a pretty cool suit. Yeah, it's like I felt like I was part Iron Man in the thing.
Yeah.
Like literally fastened from my waist to my legs. And then somebody with remote control could actually lift my right leg on without me doing it, or my left leg, or make me walk or march, however they wanted. It was pretty cool.
Wow. That's
It started that, and within the 25 days, I started getting sensations back in my legs.
great.
But they weren't strong enough for me to stand on yet. Not until 4 months. 4 months was when I was able to stand on my own without cane or without support or without my gator belt or anybody walking around me.
Okay.
And then 5 months, I started, they got strong enough, I started doing light jogging. I just
Whoa.
couldn't quit. I just couldn't quit. I was like, my boys are watching, my family's watching, you know,
Yeah.
you know,
Jeez.
and
You're
then everybody
so
just,
strong. Holy
yeah.
crap.
And everybody just told me to keep fighting, just they know it's not easy, but to keep fighting. And, in my mind, I'm like, you have no idea, but I won't stop.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Yeah,
easy, but I won't stop.
that's unreal. So
And,
now you were in New York City at a hospital for 25
yeah,
days at this point.
yeah, yes.
Okay. Do you remember what hospital it was?
It was at NYU Langoon Hospital.
Yeah, Langone, yeah.
I forget his
Somebody
name.
else.
I had
Okay.
Dr. Ezra and whoever his associate was.
Okay. Yeah, that neurosurgeon team. I
Dr.
know them.
Dr. Raz. Raz was his name. I'm sorry.
Raz. Okay.
Raz or
All right.
Raz, however you pronounce it. Yeah.
Okay. So then from there, did you go back with family to Pennsylvania?
Yes. Back to
Okay.
family, Pennsylvania. Yep,
Okay.
to recoup. And then I had to wait a whole year for my skull. Unfortunately, the New York facility mishandled my skull. And I only knew this from ER visits I had to go take because the headaches got really bad from the storms. Or I think just from they called it sunken flap syndrome from my skin resting on my brain. And it's just my skin stretching it. It literally
Oh,
shaped my brain into like a triangle square. So I was suffering these massive headaches that would send me to the ER. And when I would go to the ER and they'd get my backstory, I told them that I had a craniotomy performed, and they'll start patting me down like airport security. And I'm
what?
like, what are you guys doing? They're like, we're looking for your skull. When they took it out, they should have put it in your abdomen or your thigh. So I'm like,
What?
really? I'm like, really? Yeah. So they were supposed to, I guess they were supposed to put it back in my body so that my body recognized it when they reinstalled it to my skull.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't get an infection. But here they just put it on ice somewhere. And I didn't know this either until I actually got a new neurosurgeon team to do the cranioplasty to put my skull back together. And they were inquiring, well, where's your skull? And I gave them all the information. And they found out that my skull is infected with bacteria, that it can't be used now.
Oh my Lord.
So, yeah. So, that was extremely frustrating. It just felt like another setback.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm tired of dealing with the headaches. And then I'm tired of being treated like a drug addict because I need something for the pain,
Yeah.
The doctors kept telling me we can't do this, we can't do that. When I'm like, I can't deal with the pain, I'm dealing with it. Then they're like, do Tylenol. So I tried Tylenol, but Tylenol doesn't do anything for anything like
No.
that.
No.
Doesn't do anything for anything like that.
Wow.
But when the new surgeon team found out that my skull was compromised, that they couldn't use it, they had me come in. They took scans of my head and took dimensions to put a peak implant skull in. So when they took the
Wow.
dimensions, they got the dimensions that they needed. They sent it to some company over in Germany to have my skull 3D printed.
Holy crap.
So this is the 3D print piece.
Holy
Just
cow.
as hard, they said, if not harder than the original.
That's amazing.
And they put that in January 30th, 2025. And then by May, I would say by May 2025, I started getting fine motor function from my stroke deficits in my hand. I wasn't able to do
Really?
any of this. I couldn't isolate any of my fingers. I definitely couldn't do this. This was the most frustrating thing when my therapist told me to do that. And my
Yeah.
fingers wouldn't respond at all. Yeah, when I got
Right.
my skull back in May, all of a sudden I just woke up one day and can just do everything. I could hold coins, I could hold pins, I could hold pens. It was great.
Oh my
It was,
gosh. You must
it was
have been like,
good.
what the hell? I just need my
Oh my
skull
goodness.
back on.
I felt unbeatable at that point. I felt like, I felt like a warrior.
I healed myself. Yes.
Yeah, like this is the
No,
day I've
that's
been fighting to walk into, like this is the day I've been fighting to walk into that I can do this.
yes.
This is why I kept
Yes.
practicing and doing the therapy and, exercising, doing the light exercises they gave me so I can experience this joy in this moment. Yes, it was a great
Wow.
moment.
That's
It was a great moment for me.
unbelievable. That's
Great moment.
fantastic. So when you didn't have the skull piece on,
Uh,
like you must have been petrified to fall. I mean, I'm clumsy since my
Yeah.
Were you petrified to fall and
Yeah.
hit your head? And
I was, especially, this is another thing. I had to keep yelling at my boys to close the cupboard doors in the kitchen. Because,
oh,
when I'm reaching in lower drawers for silverware or even in the sink,
yes,
I can bang my head on the corner of the door.
right.
So yeah,
When
I
you
was
come up,
scared of that.
yeah,
I was scared of falling. Yeah. I was deemed handicapped. They said I was handicapped. I couldn't work.
okay.
That no job will take responsibility for that liability just for me being on their job. Not even
Well,
at
I can
McDonald's.
imagine they don't want that lawsuit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, so once you got your skull back on, when did you go back to Florida?
I didn't go back to Florida. I'm still in Pennsylvania.
Oh, you're in Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you got
Yeah.
all that snow. I'm like, Florida got that
Yeah.
much snow? Like, I was
No.
very confused.
No. Well, I've been actually battling. Hey, Brenda.
You're back.
Hey,
I'm so sorry.
you're back. Yeah, you're fine. You're
All
fine. You're
these
fine.
things. You know,
No, I'm
You're
just so
fine.
happy you're back.
how many times
You're
we
fine.
said shit happens. So
Well, yeah, shit always happens to us.
Before I lose it, if I can tell you, I've been trying to get back to work in Florida because it was the best job I ever had. I was making the most money I've ever made in my life. So I've been
Yeah.
trying to get back down there, but I've been battling other health issues. Been
Since.
battling high blood pressure. Yeah, very bad, severe anxiety.
sorry, Damien, where are you right now?
Pennsylvania, Easton, Pennsylvania.
No. Okay.
All right. Yeah, because
I was really having bad overstimulation problems. Like
yes.
that was happening a lot to me, a lot frequently. Too much to go out and it made me cage myself in my house like an animal. So I didn't want to be around anybody,
Right. Yeah. That happens to a lot of us.
Wow.
So you're living with family now. Just to catch
Yeah.
you up to speed, Brenda, his aneurysm happened when he was in Florida. And then he had the coiling done like I did.
Okay.
And
In
then they
Florida.
said, yeah, in Florida. And then just repeat real quickly for Brenda. Go ahead, Damien.
And
So
then I
after-
was referred to a neurosurgeon team in New York City at an NYU Langoon facility for a stent procedure to assist the coiling. And that's when I woke up to a nightmare. I woke up not able to use my legs, my left arm, and I was missing the right side of my skull. Yeah, it's rough.
But you still have a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you so much. It took me a lot to find it again, but it's back.
Yeah.
And you know what? I guess I know I already asked you my first question of the day, but my second question would be, what helps you find your smile?
How did I find my smile? Good question. I just realized that I was more than I thought I was. When all this first happened to me, I felt weak. I felt disabled. I felt like, I was insignificant in a way. And then one day I realized when I started learning on what I actually survived, I realized how strong I was. And that put the smile back on my face.
That's absolutely
That put the smile
beautiful.
back on my face.
Beautiful.
Wow.
And I know
It made
before
me,
I left you,
it really
but
made me,
your children, I'm sure they are seeing such an amazing role model of strength and determination and perseverance and persistence,
yes,
which is beautiful.
yeah, yeah. I tell them all the time now, I wasn't
Yeah.
made to break and neither were you. We were made to endure.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great. Oh my
I tell them that
gosh.
all the time.
So now he's still up in Pennsylvania, so you haven't been back to Florida.
No,
No. And you're in Pennsylvania, you don't know for how long at this point.
no,
Okay.
not at this point.
Okay.
But if it keeps snowing like this, I'll be in Florida real fast. even
Well,
if I gotta
sorry to
run there.
inform you. They say that we're supposed to get hit again this weekend, but it's more coastal, so I'm not sure if it'll go that far inland. But yeah, so Brenda, what I'm amazed by is that when he first woke up and he found out that he couldn't use his legs and was it your left arm that you
Yes.
couldn't use? His arm and hand, he couldn't move it. And then he had the surgery to put once he was in New York and all that happened, and he had the stroke, all that. When they put his skull back on, all of a sudden he can move that hand.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to learn more about why and how that happened. Like,
Yeah.
what was it? It must have been that protective covering of
They told me because before the cranioplasty, they said that once my brain was pressurized again, that I might see an acceleration in my healing from my stroke deficits. And I did. Yeah, I really did.
Yeah, that makes sense because everything's like in a vacuum once everything's
Yeah.
sealed. And that's how all the flow and all this and the nerve endings must start working again. And
yeah. Oh, I definitely felt the difference when I had it back. Instantly, I felt the difference.
Really?
Yeah, because after a while, like just my little piece of skin here, because it pretty much just pulled on my brain, and it started to feel like it was a metal grate some days, like leaning on my head. It hurt really bad.
Wow.
So when I woke up from the cranioplasty, I immediately felt the difference. Immediately.
Fascinating.
Immediately.
That's incredible.
And then they showed me before and after pictures on my brain before the cranioplasty and 3 months after the cranioplasty. The brain is so amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
Because before the cranioplasty, like I was saying, Tracy, before we lost Brenda, that my stretched skin literally shaped my brain. My brain was literally like this in the MRIs. And then 3 months later, it just filled itself back in, like it blew itself back up, like a sponge bottom. So it just filled it just filled itself into the emptiness, the empty void. I think they said there was like a 3-inch void between where my skin was and where my original skull was, to where my brain was sunken in, and it just blew itself back up in there. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
It is. It made me look into the brain. The brain is just fascinating, period. Like it has its own superpower to like reconstruct itself and reorganize itself and redirect neurons to where, it can make something happen again that might have died previously. The brain is so amazing.
Unbelievable. So we talk about neuroplasticity, but in your case, it's like, not only did it reroute, but your brain
regrew,
filled back in, like you said.
Yeah.
And wow, this is the first time. My mind is blown.
My mind was blown when I seen the pictures of it.
Holy.
My brain was literally in my skull like this. And then 3 months later, it snuggled its way in there. It just, filled the space.
Wow.
There's no space anymore. It's just in there. It's nice and comfortable. It made a home in my skull, in my new skull.
Oh my gosh. This is the first I'm ever hearing anybody go through this. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I went through it. I strived through it, and I thrived in it.
You did. Now
For anyone who knows me, it's not surprising that I'm about to get a little philosophical and metaphoric with what you just said. But what you were saying, Damien, I feel like it's a metaphor for life because we're going to all shrink to or expand to whatever situation there is. So
yes. Yep.
The fact that you had an opportunity to expand, your brain expanded, and your soul, from what the little bit that I've seen, your soul has expanded based on it.
Yes.
So that's me as a message.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. You have such an interesting and amazing story. And I hope.
Can I ask you ladies a question?
Sure.
Is there anything that you've noticed that you can probably consider a superpower after your experience?
Good question.
I can share mine with you for an example. I feel like my empathy is a superpower. I can empathize with people without even being around them. I can see a picture or I can just hear a little bit of their story. And if I can relate to it, especially if we went through the same trauma, I can relate to that and articulate it in my videos, like you've seen.
Yes.
It's like I woke up with that superpower. Like I wasn't able to do that before all of this. I couldn't articulate or express myself in that way.
You feel like you're more in tune with people and you feel like That's where the empathy comes
especially
from.
yeah, especially people suffering and going through pain because for a long time, pain was my teacher. It's all I had in some days,
Yeah,
it's all I had to talk
absolutely.
about, it's all I had to deal with. It was the only thing I knew for months,
Right.
and dealing with all that pain, there was a lot of things that I wanted to hear that I wish I could hear that I never heard that stayed with me that I repeat today
Hmm.
because I never heard them. So I feel like there's a bunch of people out there that will love to hear that, just to hear it,
Absolutely.
because they probably
Absolutely.
don't hear it, but it helps.
Absolutely.
It helps. It helps. It helps give somebody hope. And I realize hope is the strongest thing you can give anybody.
100%.
It really is.
Totally agree. I
It really
completely
is.
agree with you.
It really is.
And to what you're saying, Damien, to give someone hope doesn't mean that you have all the answers. Just means
No.
saying that, hey, there's a possibility. Don't give
Yes.
up
Yes.
that.
Yep, exactly, Brenda. And that's why I kind of use my life the way I do because, I know there's other people out there that face the impossible just like I did. And if they can see me getting through it, then they know that the impossible can be possible.
Definitely. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you share so much of your life on TikTok and Facebook because when we talk to Paul, that's really where that we're considered younger stroke survivors. Anybody younger than 65, was it, Brenda? 70?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, they consider us young survivors. And a lot of
My kids
people.
wouldn't say I'm young, but the stroke world does.
Yeah, in the stroke world, we're babies.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's another reason I share if I can. I got into support groups because I went through a period where I was like lonely and depressed because I
Yeah.
felt like nobody understood me, So I
Mhm.
started getting in these Facebook support groups. And just the fact that I seen people that were 5 years in, 10 years in, that gave me a lot of hope. It gave me a good shot.
Yeah.
That's going to be me. That's going to be
Yeah.
me in 5 years, 10 years, just them sharing that. So that motivated me to want to share a lot more also because I knew how that made me feel.
So you
Good.
must feel fabulous talking to someone who's 22 years in.
Yes.
22. Yeah.
I do. I have a fellow warrior that I talk to that's going on 16 years, but 22
Wow.
years. Yes. Now I have another friend that's 22 years.
That's right.
Do
Yes.
I get the award for the longest
Yep.
survivor?
Yes, you do. You get the Warrior Award for longest survivor.
I don't get very many awards in my life, so that means a lot.
You get this one. You get this one. 22 years is a lot,
Yeah.
because the first and second year is kind of like doomsday. You got that's like the rebuilding stage.
Yeah.
But
And
it doesn't fizzle off within 5 years, I'm sure, or within
No.
10. I'm sure you still deal with a lot. You still have your
Yeah.
battles, still have your struggles. So yeah, you definitely get that Warrior Award.
Thank you.
22 years.
Yeah.
That's making me stand up straighter. His thumbnail.
Tracy, don't look at the question that Damien asked you. He asked
What's my hope?
your superpower.
Your
Oh, my
superpower.
superpower. I was going back to the original question. My superpower, it's really funny. It's not as meaningful as yours. And I wish,
I'm sure.
I'm very empathetic. There's a couple of things. My sense of smell, my nose has taken over. It's so sensitive. I can smell so many things. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but if something's
Depending on where you are, that's not a good thing if you're in an elevator going up to the 33rd floor and somebody lets one rip.
No.
That is not a good thing.
It's bad knockoff perfumes and colognes. Forget it. Instant headache. Instant.
Yeah.
Unreal. My family laughs because if there's questionable dates on food, like meat or something they want to cook, they're like, we tasted that 2 days ago. Is that
You
too?
smell it
And
like, no.
Tracy, my nieces and my sister, everyone's like, smell this. Is it still good? Yeah, it's so
That's
true.
awesome.
Useful superpower.
That's pretty cool. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
very
Yeah, superpower.
practical and
Yeah.
useful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Have you ever
not
have
as
you ever
so
tried have you ever tried to test your limits?
I try not to. No.
Try not to.
But you know what's weird too? Not about the smell, but I used to cry at commercials and movies. I don't anymore, and I don't know what that's about. Now,
Mm,
I've heard of people getting super emotional after a rupture and a bleed,
yeah,
and they cry at everything,
yeah.
or
Oh,
like,
that was me. That was a mess. Yeah, I was
yeah,
like that.
I'm still like,
yeah, but you still are?
yeah.
I don't know,
You are?
mine's the opposite.
And often
I can't.
when someone says, "Let's
Really?
cry," I say, "Do you want me to cry with you? Because I can."
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel cold-hearted because it has to be really like a death in the family or that
Right.
I don't know what happened to me. Like, am I cold as ice now? Like, what in the world? Like, that's how it affects people so much differently. Everybody.
Yeah.
It's so different. And no one has been able to answer that for me.
Mm,
And I remember coming up into in one of those group chats, the groups that you belong to, Damien. We've never met through
uh,
any of them, but I remember someone asking that and saying, "What's wrong with me now? Because it's so hard for me to cry."
yeah.
And I was like, "Holy cow, other people feel this way?" So I want to research more of that because it really bothers me.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Yeah, I haven't heard of that. That is interesting though.
Yeah,
I
I
doubt
want to find
I,
that.
I doubt it's not because you're heartless, but yeah, that
No,
that
I
is
care a
something I'm
lot
gonna
and I
look into.
care
Yeah,
deeply about things.
yeah. I can tell.
And yeah, it's just so bizarre to me. Like, part of me is like, okay, if people aren't, maybe we went through such a horribly difficult time that when
Hmm.
other people going through something, am I like, that's not really that bad? And that's horrible to say.
It's in some cases, yes, I agree, but in some cases, no.
No, right.
Yeah,
Like,
because
I
I've
empathize.
yeah, I do too, but I've been annoyed by people, who have like a stomach ache or, a sprained ankle and they think
Yeah,
like their life is over. And I'm like, come on, it's really not that bad. It's
right.
But
And
it's not in your mind. You
callous.
say
Like,
it.
hello.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I say it sometimes.
Yeah.
you say it sometimes.
Okay.
I try. I've learned in 22 years not to really say it. I just kind of shrug it off and I'm like, I'll say some blanket statement like, I hope you feel better soon. Or,
Yeah,
but inside I'm like, are you serious?
yeah,
You know?
yeah. I say it out loud when it's deserved. Like a couple of times, some of my ex-employees that I worked with, they wouldn't show up to work one day and I would. And I'd finish the whole day, even though I'll be fighting on my own terms internally. I'll
Yeah,
feel lightheaded and dizzy. And I'm like, no, I can do this. I can get through this day. I got bills piling up. I need to work, you know?
yeah, yeah,
But then on the days where I couldn't tolerate it and I felt overstimulated or my anxiety was spiking or tweaking out, I would call off and wouldn't come into work. So the guy that didn't come into work the other day would Facebook message me through video chat and be like, "Oh, you're being a little wussy. You can't show up for work." I'm like,
Wow.
"Yeah." I'm like, "You didn't show up for work yesterday.
Wow.
Like, my brain blew up. You were feeling sick. Get some real problems."
Wow.
You know what I
The
mean?
nerve of that guy.
I just
Now,
gotta
did
remind
he?
them, yeah.
Yeah. Like, but he knew what happened to you and he still
Yeah,
called and like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
holy cow, that's
But that's
really
just that
ballsy.
that's just the mentality in the construction world. That's why I appreciate the fact that my supervisor got me to the ER in 15 minutes. Cause he could have
Yeah.
acted like that, stop being a wuss and get back to work.
Right.
Right.
I could have
Right.
argued with him in 15 minutes and never made it to the hospital. So I'm glad that he just got me right to the hospital.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Appreciate
Holy
that guy.
cow.
Right, he's definitely one of the reasons why I have to go back because I feel like he saved my life and he created all the new opportunities that I had now to create all the new memories with my family, all the
Yeah.
last days that I've been living out. I owe to him.
Absolutely.
He reacted so
Definitely.
quickly.
Wow.
Don't mind if I can shout him out. His name is Joe Markham, and he lives in Lakeland, Pennsylvania. You are an
Hi,
angel,
hi,
brother.
Joe.
You are an
Welcome,
angel.
Joe.
Wow.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for saving him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We all appreciate it.
Yes.
Wow. So he's in Florida or he's in Pennsylvania?
Yeah,
I'm so confused.
he's in Florida. Yeah, he's my
Okay.
supervisor when I worked in Florida. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah. Yep.
you want to go back and work with him eventually?
I
Hopefully.
do. He was like he wasn't just my bro, he was like my work bestie too. Like we were friends. Yeah, we were friends.
Well, I hope you get back there soon.
I do too.
Yeah. The anxiety that you described that you deal with now, high blood pressure. I've always been pretty heavy set, but I never had the high blood pressure. I never had depression or anxiety. I never had those
Yeah.
things. And then afterwards, ever since then, now I'm on blood pressure medication. I'm only on a small dose, but I need it or else it goes
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And the anxiety and depression. Now I've been
Yeah.
on, you know, these antidepressants.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm on Lexapro, and for my
yes,
blood pressure, I'm on amlodipine. A real low dose of amlodipine. I'm on a
right.
2.5.
That's good. Yeah.
But thankfully the Lexapro is working. I noticed a
Yeah.
difference in my mood. Yeah. It's
You
working
do notice?
finally. I'm 4 weeks. I'm a month into taking it, and I'm starting to now finally see the effects.
Yeah. It does take at least 2 weeks to really start kicking in, they
Yeah.
said.
Yeah. It
This
helped big time with my anxiety. Big time with my anxiety.
really,
Yes.
that's awesome. Good.
Big time.
Just something to be aware of. If in like 2 years you start feeling like this doesn't feel like it's working, or I'm feeling like I get very unmotivated, like, I don't feel like doing that, or things I used to love to do, I don't really feel like
Yeah.
doing. That's how my depression hits. I don't sit there and cry all the time. It's more like I'm just like not phased by
Unmotivated.
things. And yeah.
Yeah.
So what I learned is that like you have to reevaluate it every 2 years or so because your body adapts. And so you may need to increase your dose or you may need to change completely. You need to change the medication you're on. So it's
Gotcha.
really important to keep in touch
Keep
with
an
your
eye on
doctor.
that.
Yeah,
I
keep an
will
eye
do.
on it.
Will
And
do.
yeah, now there's so many other medications and they make cocktails of medications. Like I think it's
Gotcha.
Abilify, they add to Lexapro or,
Right.
yeah, Zoloft. Like I've been on, let's say, 4 different antidepressants in 22 years. Like
Okay.
Lexapro for me worked really well.
It's working for
And
me
then
really well.
yeah, and then it didn't. So then I had to switch it up.
Yeah.
So I'm very in tune with that. And my primary
Yeah.
care handles it for me. And she knows me so well that I can just call her and say, I'm feeling it creep up. I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right.
Mm.
She added a small dose of Lexapro to what I'm on now.
Combined it.
I think I'm on Wellbutrin right now. And then
Okay.
she added a small dose of Lexapro and that helped. It's because it's
Yeah.
all chemical. It's all chemical things in your
Yeah.
brain,
Right.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
As you're talking about this, I thankfully my mindset is I would say 99% of the time I am pretty positive and optimistic, but every now and then I have these moments. But what I will say is, and I don't know if it's considered a superpower, Damien, but I am much more sensitive and aware to everything, whether it's something in my body or like you're saying in your brain or emotions. Like I don't need
Yeah.
a lot. I just need a tiny little bit to sense a change.
Yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
Yeah.
you train.
Yeah,
That
that
is
is a superpower. That is.
There we
Definitely.
go.
Yeah.
So there we that's a big question to say.
It's like
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, and I was can I have 2 superpowers?
Sure, you can.
So what I would
Absolutely.
say is patience, and the patience would be for others, but even more importantly is for myself.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, absolutely.
That's
That is
huge.
that is the lesson I learned too. I had to be patient with myself,
Yeah.
especially when I was in the phase where I couldn't walk completely on my own. I had to be patient.
And you have to have,
I had to be
we've
patient.
talked so many times about celebrating the little wins, just little ones.
Yes.
And let those
Yeah.
be like the balloons are coming down, the confetti,
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
hey,
that is the beauty of survivors with longevity in their journey. That is
Yeah.
the beauty of that, really, because you already know how important the steps are you take for your future, right?
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely.
You remember the days where you didn't feel motivated and you said, I'm going to get up anyway. And it paid off
Yeah.
for your future one way or the other.
Yeah.
That's right.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
One way or the other, it showed up as a massive victory in your future.
And sometimes,
Yeah.
Those baby steps
even
so much matter.
sometimes I will even say to myself, this is for future me, what I'm doing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I do that too, like a crazy person. You do that like a crazy person? Yeah. Like you're gonna thank me for this, buddy.
That's right. That's right.
That's so funny. What you two have in common is you both are super optimistic and motivational.
Yes.
And that's one of Brenda's superpowers. Like
That's right.
I can tell. It's just radiating off of her.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the time. So
Yeah.
it
You can see
shocks
it in the
me when
smile.
she says, yeah, it shocks me when she says sometimes I have days that I'm just not so, and I can't imagine those days because I've never seen Brenda not radiate optimism and inspiration.
Nice. Yeah. I get you, but I can't ever see you having a day like that either.
Oh, well, I can't see you, but based on what you're saying with anxiety, I believe you that hey, you have those moments, and I have those moments, and on those moments, I will not get out of here, Tracy. So you're not going to see us.
Yeah, you're not going to put the camera on yourself.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
Are you telling us that's how we lost you the last time?
It was legit. It was legit. I promise.
Brenda, you know what's funny? You know what's funny that when we lost you for a while, it was just your still picture.
Yeah.
So we're talking and we're like, Brenda, are you
Yeah.
holding? Are you posing? He goes, are you posing? And then I'm like, she's not talking. I think we lost her. And then I had to open my laptop. And that's when I saw you. I was going to message you, Bren, we can't see you.
I'm not gonna lie, Brenda. I was over here thinking, how long can she hold that smile until her face hurts?
Yeah, she can hold a smile a really long time, though. I will vouch for that.
I was gonna say that's the superpower right there.
Absolutely. Yeah, but Brenda always had that power. I've known her since 1992, 93. We went to college together.
Okay.
And yeah, we were both friends of a friend, and then we would, we got to know each other then. But then, I was done with college, then she graduated, and we kind of went and did our, different things. And then I got back in touch with her when I saw her tagged in Facebook, and that's how we connected again.
Okay.
I think it's been like 2 years at least now.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, really.
I love her smile. I really do, Brenda. I love your smile. Oh my goodness.
Phenomenal.
Like we don't even need the sun to rise with a smile like that in the planet.
That's so nice of you. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Although I know the sun, so I'm with you when you say Florida, because right now the temperature here, I'm in Montreal. The temperature is mild, but it's very gray. I would take cold with sun any day.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. See, it's different. It's different here in Pennsylvania. It's cold and shadows. sucks. It like wants to force you into depression.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
Yeah.
tough.
The gray. It's always gray
Yeah.
outside, right?
Yeah. Wants to
I
force you
have,
into
I
it.
have one of those lamps. I don't know if you can see it. You plug it in, and
Yeah.
it gives you the benefits of if you're not getting sun, but it gives you the benefits of it. Because I thought for a while I was crazy that I had any sort of seasonal
Yeah.
effects things.
Yeah.
You know, when I started to use it, it makes a difference. So
It does make a difference. I have one too.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I need to get one. Because
Yeah,
right
you can
now
get
all
them
I
on
have is my
Amazon.
Alexa Pro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're not that expensive. If you go on Amazon
Yeah.
and look them up, and you only need to sit, like I put mine to the side.
Yeah.
You don't need to look at it or anything. It
You're
just
not
needs to be near you.
it's supposed to be on the side.
Okay.
Yeah. And your
Alright.
body just absorbs like the benefits of like what the sun gives you, the vitamin
Oh.
D, the mood enhancers. Yeah, I think mine was like $20-something, but
Yeah.
a lot of
that's not-
times they
Definitely
Yeah.
worth it.
That's not bad.
Definitely.
And that's worth it. That's worth
Yeah,
it. Yeah, if it works, it's
definitely.
definitely worth it. Yeah.
So I think we're jumping to the tip of the day. That's an excellent tip, Brenda.
Thank you. Part B of that tip is when you move back to Florida, you find somebody really deserving in Pennsylvania. You say, "Here, I've got this great gift for you."
Here's a lamp. It helped me.
Yeah.
'Cause there's
I don't know. I don't know how my friends might take that up here while I'm down there in the sunshine.
that out on Long Island, so I know we get very similar
Yeah.
weather.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
if not,
yeah, with the water, it's who knows what's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yep. Well, you know what? If I can say, everything happens for a reason. And
Mhm.
I'm currently staying with my parents right now. And I feel like the reason why I'm not in Florida is because they need me here.
Yeah, I imagine that's true.
Because my parents are 78 and 79. They can't shovel all that snow out there. They
Right.
can't even navigate the snow to get to the grocery store to get food, So I've been hoofing all of that for them.
Oh,
I've
that's
been walking.
fantastic.
I've been walking up to 2
And
miles
Damien,
to get
what is her
groceries.
name?
Elaine and Clifford Gibbs.
Hi, Elaine.
Aw, hi, Elaine. Hi, Clifford. Wow, you're a blessing to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You really,
Yeah.
The timing of all of this, I do
Exactly.
believe that. Luckily, they can get delivery now, but they probably don't even bother with that.
No. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Delivery
They'll
fee,
rather
no way.
send me out in the frozen tundra.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. No. So I do want you to be able to go back when it's time to Florida just for your own mental health and to feel like you can start working again.
Yes.
So do you feel that that's in the semi near future for yourself?
I do.
Good.
The only thing is my biggest issue is that, I was down there and almost died away from everybody I love 1,000 miles. So I kind of don't want to even leave them if I can't bring them with me.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is possible that I can go down there and make it happen to where I can get them to come down at a later date. So I'm in the process of discussing that with everybody, so
Okay.
everybody doesn't think I just left them,
Right.
Okay.
after everything that's happened. So hopefully, it works out in my favor. Hopefully I get, what I have in my heart, because it'll benefit everybody in my family.
Wow.
I do, in the near future, I do see us all down in Florida.
Beautiful.
That's wonderful.
Which part of Florida are you looking to go to? What is it called?
I'm not sure. I've been to a lot of places in Florida my 3 years when I was down there. But right now, where my job is currently at, they would demand for me to be in Orlando working on the I-4.
Okay.
They're working on a bridge on the I-4 right now. So that's where I would be.
Okay.
But
Okay.
me personally, I liked it in Ocala. Or even Castleberry. I like Castleberry too.
Okay.
I don't know where those are. Are they on the coast? Are they more inland?
Central, more inland. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not a big, like, beach person and all that kind of
I
stuff.
am. I am actually. Me personally, I would love to go to St. Petersburg is where I would like to make a home in St.
Really?
Petersburg. Yes, I
Is
love.
that on the Western Coast? Like, I
Yes,
know Florida a
yes.
little bit, but
It's right. It's in the Tampa Bay area. It's actually in the Tampa Bay.
Wow.
oh, it is. Okay.
But yeah, that was like my getaway spot when I lived in Florida. Every weekend I went to St. Petersburg.
Beautiful.
I ate good food. I jet skied around the island.
Right.
You know, I ate on
Oh,
rooftops.
wow.
Yeah, I ate on rooftops. I went to jazz clubs. You know, it was fun. St. Petersburg was a fun place. It's like a mini New York City.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, if you guys never
Well,
been there, it's like a mini New York City.
never been there.
Well, last year I was in the Tampa Bay area because my husband and I went down for spring training, which was great in that area. So the
Yeah,
Bay Area is beautiful.
yeah, yep.
I've never
And
been.
then right above it, there's Clearwater. Clearwater's a nice fun place to go relax and hang out.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, once you get settled down there, you have 2 new visitors, so
Oh, that would be awesome to do this in person, wouldn't it? That would be awesome.
oh, to be face to face, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my shades for Brenda's smile though.
Yes, bring those shades.
I still deal with light sensitivity sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, the headlights right in your face.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and all those
Or in the
halogen
supermarket,
lights
the bright fluorescent lights in the supermarkets, those two, they affect
Yeah.
me. They bother me
Yeah,
a
like
little bit.
we talk about going shopping, like, in the early on, and how I would just get so disoriented
Yeah. That's so
trying
funny.
Yeah.
to find things on the shelves, and I get
Yeah.
mentally exhausted and go home and go
Yeah.
to
Right.
sleep. Like, people don't really get how sensitive we are to those things and loud noises, like very
Yeah.
loud environment.
Yes.
I can't
My
take it
goodness.
anymore.
Yeah.
You'll never see me at a live concert again. I can't. Like,
No.
maybe if I had headphones on or something, but yeah, I can't handle.
I've been managing mine a little bit better, but what used to get me a lot was like the crowd chatter. Like if I went out to like Applebee's or TGI
Mm.
Fridays, crowd chatter would start.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd start freaking out. Like I got to get out of here. Can't
Yeah,
do this.
it's so true.
Like
I
everybody, get out
definitely.
of my brain. Get out of my brain. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yes, please stop it. But I think
Yeah.
it's because we don't really have that filter anymore.
Yeah. Well, I've been told that my brain is still relearning how to filter all those sounds and the light and the loud light, you know?
Yeah,
It's still
absolutely,
relearning how to do it. So it makes sense
Yeah.
because before all of this happened to me, I never had a light sensitivity issue.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I can almost stare at the sun for like half a second, you know, and
Right.
not get a migraine or not have my vision turn blurry and then feel like it's closing in on me. You know, but
Yeah.
now, you know, it's like I'll look at a regular house light and sometimes my vision is just like words,
Oh.
you know, I can't read things like how I normally could. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you are still really early in your recovery phase.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry.
I
you
am.
really are.
The timeline, Damien, when did this happen to you? I missed that.
My aneurysm ruptured March 22nd, 2024. And I had the hemorrhagic stroke during that procedure, May 21st, 2024.
Jeez.
I am so, compared to everybody that I know, I am so early in my recovery. And all
Oh,
of you
yeah.
guys help me
Oh,
and
yeah.
fill me with motivation and inspiration and inspire others. Thank you all. Thank you guys.
It really does get better. It keeps getting better. You keep getting stronger. And with your positive attitude and your motivation, there's no telling
Yeah.
how far you're going to go. You know,
Thank you.
I can completely see you doing TED Talks.
Yes.
You know, like you would be a phenomenal public speaker,
Absolutely.
motivational speaker. You
Aw.
probably make tons of money doing that.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with this new me. Because this
Yeah.
is a new me.
That
And it took
really
me a
is.
while. It took me a while to get used to this guy, but I'm starting to love him. I'm starting to love him.
Good for you.
As
for
you
you.
should, as you should love, love him and love others.
I'm sure I'm all went through that grieving process of who we were before all this happened to us.
Yeah, that's it. And it's almost like a new and improved because you have your superpower.
Yeah. That's why my videos too, I like to encourage people that, like we shouldn't try to resurrect the ghost of who we used to be. We should learn how to dance in the rhythm of who we're becoming.
Yes.
The person needs us more than the person that we used to be needs us. That person doesn't need us anymore. Our future self needs us so much.
I have this very specific memory in the hospital of wanting to race back to the before me.
Yeah.
You have to realize, you know what? I'm still me. The essence of me is still here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be able to evolve and let this new version of me emerge.
You know what I like to tell myself optimistically? That I outgrew that version. I can't go back to being that. It's not an option for me no more. I outgrew him.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah. I can't be him and he can't be me.
Absolutely.
Well, Damien, would you come back and join us again sometime?
Sure, you ladies are fun. This was fun.
It was so fun. And there's so much
you guys
more I
have
want to
such
talk to you
electric personalities. It's fun. It's fun.
I really enjoyed this conversation. Yeah, so if you would come back on, we have so much more to talk about.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Here goes my mom.
Elaine?
You have a wonderful son.
Yes.
You just really called me a P.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
That's my mama. I love it. Yeah.
Parents,
Yeah.
you gotta love them.
Yeah.
All right, so let's plan on that.
All right.
Do want to say, Damien, that Tracy mentioned some or two ago about someone that she had connected with who was the first person that she met that had a ruptured aneurysm. When they saw each other, they hugged. And I have to say, I look forward to one day meeting you in person and being able to give you a big hug.
Oh, thank you. I do too. I would appreciate that very much.
That would be fantastic. Yeah, to be in your presence would just make my day, personally.
You guys too. I mean, you guys have been in this way longer than I have. To be in your presence would absolutely give me some strength. Yes.
That would be wonderful. Now, she's in Montreal. I'm in New York, so we're really not that far away from each other.
Really not. Really not. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get away from the snow.
Thank you so much for being with us. I mean, this was such a pleasure. And
It
keep
was. Thank you,
doing
ladies.
what you're doing. Like you
Thank you.
truly are
Thank you.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
You motivate so
Thank
many
you for
people.
that.
Absolutely.
And I'm
Thank you
so
for that.
happy.
That's good to hear
I found
sometimes, because sometimes I doubt myself sometimes. So that's good to hear
Don't.
sometimes.
Of course,
Don't
doubt
ever.
yourself. Of course you do. We all do.
Yeah.
But also celebrate yourself and know that you are making a difference. We're feeling it. So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you so much. Now, Brenda, you have a lot of research to do and go back to see all his wonderful videos.
Go to the deep text of Damien.
And we'll have you back, okay?